Hello and welcome! My friends, we had our first gameplay reveal of Mortal Kombat 1, and it's a good one. Mortal Kombat 1's looking pretty good, and in this video we're going to break down everything we've learned. Since there's a lot in this trailer, we're going to break it down in the sections, because there is some story bits, so we'll talk the gameplay first, and then we'll talk the story bits and lore. There's quite a bit to go over, so let's get started. So out of the gate, going right into combat, we can see some nice little strings from Sub-Zero. Goes for a grab attempt, and as you would expect, you can neutral duck it. So grabs are still true highs, not reinventing the formula there. And then we go into this super elaborate combo with Kung Lao. We got a juggle here. He pops him, goes for the dive kick to land, and then combo him on the ground. So he lands beforehand. So this is reminiscent of like a lot of MKX combos. Going for the finish. Now, the one thing here at the beginning of the combo, we can see a little bit of a spark, a little bit of a flash. This flash could potentially be noting that this is an enhanced move, and considering it's a juggle starter, and a pretty elaborate juggle starter at that, I think, you know, a bar to spend is a pretty fair price. And yes, he's still rolling with those Ip Man punches here, just punches in bunches. So now it's Sub-Zero's turn to get the big combo off, and we start with the classic freeze, and we go for what looks to be like maybe jump 2 or something, and then this silly thing. So you probably well know how Sub-Zero has a bit of a penchant for ripping people's heads off with their spine attached, right? It looks like this is now graduated not from a fatality, but to just actual string, actual move. He's comboing and juggling you with a frozen spine and skull. Ground bounce as well. Strings out and goes for a slide with a spear. So slide, more dangerous than ever, visually at least. You know, gives it a lot more oomph that he's stabbing you with a big ice spear than just tapping your toes. So next up is Johnny versus Kenshi. So yes, Johnny is a character and a cameo. And yes, Kenshi is main roster out of the gate. We open with Kenshi doing a fairly elaborate juggle combo here, but the real interesting thing is what's next. So we go to a big super flash, and then we see Kenshi call in his cameo. So his cameo is Sub-Zero. And all the cameo characters, by the way, try to inherit the classic looks of the characters. So Sub-Zero does what is the equivalent of like an X-ray, basically. Going close in, just like, you know, your Mortal Kombat 9 favorites, right? But keep in mind, he is the cameo character, not the main character, right? So he literally teleports off the screen, and now it's Kenshi's turn at bat, going for the old samurai double slice. And then he effectively does his version of an X-ray. So not only are the equivalent of super moves in, X-rays very seemingly are back, but both your character and your cameo get to join in on the fun. Kenshi follows with a running special, which looks very unsafe on block, to that point that Johnny gets a punish, seemingly, with a regular throw. And we got a bit of a cinematic camera angle going on for the throw, which I do actually like quite a bit. And after that move, well, Kenshi, like a dum-dum, dashes in, gets hit. And yes, my friends, the classic Johnny Cage ball punch is still in the game. So our next sequence, we definitely get to see the new and improved godly Liu Kang. First up with this flaming, exploding teleport, and also a good look at what a cameo combo looks like. As Jax is here with the classic backbreaker to help extend the combo, and another gigantic godlike Liu Kang fireball. So the fireball is a little hard to see out the first time around, but there is definitely startup to it. You can see him kind of jitter, like a back forward kind of move. And it goes to show the power of the cameo system, because it has elaborate startup, long startup. But Jax holding Scorpion in place gives him exactly enough time to have that projectile connect, then do the flying kick to connect the combo, and boom, cameo combos 101. Scorpion gets a turn at bat now for combo, so classic get over here, and we're going to see a pretty elaborate juggle. So juggles in the air, juggles are free and easy, it would seem. We have a string, and then this guy. Before the move, again, we see that flash, right? And this is what allows him to extend the combo as he pulls himself towards Liu Kang midair, which is cool. So once again, that's probably a hint of like an enhanced move, a move that costs meter to get going. So going back to Liu Kang, looks like forward 4 returns, yay. And again, Flash enhanced EX, so now the projectile dragon is fast enough to connect without the need of a cameo, and also juggles the enemy. And we proceed with a juggle from here. Another Flash, another enhanced move, and we get perhaps godly version of a bicycle kick. So now we go to the Shaolin Temple. We see Kenshi's here with a Shaolin outfit, and human Raiden, not godlike Raiden. Although, don't worry, he's still got the sass. So he's got some sweeps, and yes, he still keeps the electric power. Liu Kang, I guess, gave it back to him in the new era. You can't have a Raiden without some electricity after all. So Kenshi, showing off the moveset, still has TK strikes, all that kind of stuff with telekinetics, but here we see a combo. So Cameo Sonya shows up here, juggles the enemy, but then this happens. My friends, I'm very happy to say that breakers are back, and this is your breaker mechanic. So your cameo is your breaker, and it makes perfect sense in a way, like your buddy's coming and breaking up the move, right? So that works totally well thematically, and mechanically, well, breakaways in Mortal Kombat 11 sucked real bad. It's one of the worst things about that game. I've talked about it for many years, so having classic breakers returning is something I'm very much in favor of. Back to Raiden, he still has a pretty quick fireball, and he has the lightning, no pun intended, quick teleport. So yeah, he can catch you whiffing and definitely get those free combos in. So with this combo, calls in the classic Kano cameo, knife extend the combo, recombo, and then just kind of go out from there. So it looks like that string juggles without meter, although right here we will get a metered special, holds the enemy in place for quite a long time, and then Kano returns. So we get two uses of a cameo in the same combo. So that's very interesting to see how that's going to work out. Next up, we transition to some Katana versus Mileena, the classics. So out of the gate here, looks like the old triple kicks are returning for Katana. And yes, there's a lot of wind and a lot of fans, as this is the combo extender now, and with a very elaborate animation. And also some very elaborate, like across the board, there's a lot of elaborate air combos in this game. Now, the classic Mileena teleport also returns and seems to leave her quite advantage on hit. And here we can see a Goro cameo. So honestly, this doesn't look like Goro to me. This just looks like a regular old Shokan. But Ed Boon said it was Goro, so until otherwise proven, I guess it is Goro. It certainly is Punch Walk, as he's just really caving in Katana's face here, while Mileena strikes a pose. So whether it's Goro or it isn't, or it's another Shokan, who knows, our four armed friends will make an appearance in Mortal Kombat 1. So after the punch walk does launch, so Mileena can follow up with her own combo. Once again, cameos are really good for combo extensions. And here we have a Mileena ball to rejuggle, and, well, naturally combo potential, right? And she uses her size to attack, rejuggle with this string. Has a hit grab effect, and then, well, puts Katana down in the dirt. Here we can see a block slide against Raiden, and Raiden will launch up the enemy thanks to a classic Kung Lao. So yes, regular Kung Lao, classic Kung Lao, that's totally a thing, and yes, you can pick both, by the way. And big old Superman down to the ground, looks good. Liu Kang still has regular fireballs, by the way. So just in case you were worried, it's only the big dragon things. And after this teleport, we summon a cameo, and yes, it's perhaps one of the most anticipated cameos. It's your boy Curtis Stryker, and he is gonna tase you in the gut. Also, she grabs Liu Kang before Stryker comes out on the screen. So does this mean that this specific cameo is like a command grab cameo? Like you need to land the grab for the cameo to come out? Still a lot of mechanics we have yet to learn. Our next bit here with a very elaborate and beautiful stage. I really love this. So we see a classic Kung Lao skin. This is Kung Lao as the main guy, but as he's getting hit, boom, breaker, getting Johnny Cage off of him. So it just goes to show that breakers are here to help make up for your mistakes. The old rando dive kick, don't worry, Kung Lao Jax has your back. And besides the trailer itself, we saw a little bit of the gameplay just on the main stage on the Summer Games Fest event. So we can see here the character select screen, which looks really nice. And we can see there's a lot of character slots. Looks like we can expect at least 24 characters at launch if this is anything to go by. And quite a bit of cameo characters as well. Looks like we'll have 16 slots for cameos at launch. So we've seen Jax, Sonya, Kano. We do know Scorpion and Sub-Zero are also cameo characters, as well as Kung Lao and Goro in quotes, who looks a little bit weird and small for my taste, but I guess is Goro. Johnny Cage as well, we know, is a cameo. So a fair amount of cameos are, well, spoken for. That said, though, there's still room for plenty more. And of course, the main roster, who knows where that's going? We can only speculate at this time. And yes, unlike the earlier footage, Kenshi does have his blindfold here, so looks like at some point in the story, he'll lose his eyesight, because he looks pretty fine at the beginning in that early footage when he's fighting Johnny Cage. Now, the UI is very much like orangey and red, very much calling back to Mortal Kombat 9, in my opinion, which I am a big fan of. I like seeing that, because Mortal Kombat 9 is a really good game. Also, maybe Cyber Sub-Zero lives on through regular Sub-Zero, because that is a dive kick for sure, and regular Sub-Zero doesn't normally do the dive kick thing. Also, Kenshi fans, don't worry, TK Push is still a thing as well, so all the Kenshi usual scumbag moves will probably be in the game. Looks like possessed bounces are also a thing as well. So gameplay-wise, lots of cool stuff. Still a lot of mysteries to be solved, but hopefully that'll be solved in time. So far, everything's looking pretty good to me. Now, for some story bits, it looks like Liu Kang's been gathering a team, and we don't know why he has to gather a team, but he certainly is. Also, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are officially brothers now, so that rivalry's over, I guess. As for the Kenshi-Johnny Cage fight, it definitely looks like Kenshi does not win that one, as he's tied up in a chair after the fact. So, round one goes to Johnny Cage, I guess. I'm sure they'll eventually figure it out, though. As for Mileena and Kitana, Mileena is officially the Empress. Is it Edenia? Is it Outworld? Some weird combination, we'll have to find out, I don't know. But she is the Empress, but she's suffering from some strange disease, which is what making her the classic Mileena way. So she's not been created by Shang Tsung like in a lot of the story before. Now it's just something actually legitimately wrong with her. And that's the reveal, and there's a lot of good stuff here, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is all going to shape out. Some other things too, like the fatalities. They did show some fatalities at the end. It looks like your cameo can also do a fatality, which, sure, why not? That's good. At least gives me some hope for Tremor doing something cool, right? Because I'm still salty that Tremor is going to be a cameo character. But yeah, the gameplay looks fast-paced. The combo structure looks really good, especially with this early Kung Lao combo being shown. It looks like there's a lot of potential. So this will be revealed hopefully soon enough. We'll have more proper details because we got a lot of unknowns still to be answered. But so far, looks good to me. So that said, expect more Mortal Kombat 1 coverage on the channel when appropriate. And until then, well, I guess we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. And go out and play some Mortal Kombat.